It's good. After a huge storm, some people are passing very difficult time. Some of my friend and um, relatives are in that situation.
Okay.
Internet was not was cut down, electricity and communication was broken for at least one day. Now
Mm.
they are reverting back.
Oh, geez, yeah. Is that outside of Dhaka, or was
No,
that it was Dhaka
it's
even
it
included?
is actually to the southern part of the um, country, especially of
Okay.
Vola, Barishal, Khulna, Sundarban. That area is mostly affected.
Okay. Well, good luck. Hopefully, they can
Yeah,
uh,
we
clean
also
it up.
are trying to do our best to support them,
Okay.
especially
Yeah.
for the needy people.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine. Yeah. Especially if you're not doing well as it is, a big storm. It's not going to help.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, great. Well, yeah. Just to give you a bit of information, like I mentioned in your in our my reply, this interview isn't about putting you on the spot to do code challenges. We already supplied a code challenge that looked really good to us,
Oh,
so we know you can write code.
it's my
We're
pleasure.
more interested.
Glad to
Oh,
know
go ahead.
that.
What's that?
I'm glad to know that the challenge was liked by you.
Oh, good. Yeah,
The
yeah,
solution
for
was
sure.
liked by you. Okay.
Yeah. So the purpose of the interview is just to get to know you better, talk a bit about your work experience,
Yeah.
and behaviors at work, just to see if you'll be a good fit for the position.
Oh, of course.
Uh,
Of course.
yeah. So yeah, we like to start off just quick introduction.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, like I said, I'm Craig. I'm from the Minnesota, USA. Smash Balloon was started in 2013
Yeah.
to create social media feed plugins for WordPress. So we started with custom Facebook feeds, and then since have added Instagram feeds, Twitter feeds, YouTube feeds.
Yeah.
Now we have reviews feeds and TikTok feeds. So we've been expanding. Now active on over 1.8 million websites, and just our goal is to make social media content easy to display on your WordPress site. So we have a team of 20. We have oh boy, how many on the development team now? Do you remember, Ahmed? Can you count them? That would be 7 or 8.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. Yeah. So the purpose of what we're looking for in a hire is mostly to help out with our website primarily, but we don't have endless website work. So we're also looking for help building things for YouTube, Twitter, and social wall. But in time, the developer will end up working on all of our products. But that'll be the focus really on.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Ahmed, did I miss anything notable?
No.
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah. Hi.
All right. Yes. Yeah, so just to start off the interview, can you tell us a bit about yourself just to help us get to know you a bit better? Anything personal, work, history, anything that feels relevant?
Oh, of course. Um, I actually started my career uh, before completing my graduation in working with some company as an intern developer, where I have learned the basics of web development. And then, after completing my graduation from Bangladesh University of Business and Technology, I started my career as a WordPress theme developer for a for an agency, but the company was Bangladeshi company. Actually, they are connected to the US agency. So where I have created about 50 to 100 websites for them with custom theme and design. In that moment, I have learned lots of things because it was my starting. and I have had a chance to learn and explore my ability that moment. And where I was at the first, I was alone, and then I have had whenever two after 2 years have been passed, I have got four more member in my team. I become senior and lead them to that path. I step some forward, advancing my work, plugin development, and Angular JS front end development, and Cake PHP backend development a little. Those are not that elaborated at that moment, but after that, in another company, I worked there for 4 years as a WordPress developer, and then I have joined in a company with they used to develop government products, government officials products, senior officials of our country, like Nothi and training management system. These types of software I have worked, and I directly have worked with the owner of the product, I mean company, in designing them and improving their feature and optimizing their accessibility. Uh, so I added a lot of improvement there. So after that, I introduced to work with WordPress plugin product, and it was a good product, and it was a huge product for me to start with. It is the main company was Olio. Their name was Themium. The plugin was Tutor LMS and Pro.
Mm. Yeah.
When
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Yeah, in your notes.
Yeah, I did two remarkable job there. In their first version, there was a challenge to translate using WPMU for their courses. It was not directly possible with the help of WPMU, but using some of WPMU's feature, I have created the translate function. So user would then after that user was able to translate their website to any languages. This was the first one in the first version, and in updating to the version 2, I have created the total backend system, admin settings section, total admin settings section. Everything I did in the free version, and also as well the pro version. So
okay,
it was my plugin journey, and then some of my relatives, and my wife is also a part-time software engineer. So they sometimes ask my for my help to create something, know something, in order to after Zoom Shaper, whenever I complete Zoom Shaper, uh, I I used to work with some freelancing jobs, and then at that moment I work with some product with them. Uh, Now I am currently an advisor of their team. This is my full overview.
great. Yeah, sounds like you've had a lot of different experience. I'm really sorry. Somebody's knocking at my door. I'll be back
No
in
problem.
just a minute.
In my freelancing job, it was also interesting for me. There, I have worked with extending a theme, Elementor theme, with some Elementor plugin, custom plugin. They, they, they were in a need to get some data from their API server from that plugins, and uh, the name is laundrycare.biz. It's an US company. So they have a client version and a user version. So they wanted to get their clients' data. They used to say that their name as tenant. They used to want to search their tenants from their website and want to provide service if you client want to. So lots of data was created behind the scene using Python. So I and there was an option for gift card. I also have integrated Stripe um, in that system, so user can easily purchase their gift card and send them wherever they want to. And another remarkable um, job was to extend some feature of tutor elements, which was not present in the existing plugin, in the free or pro plugin. Client wanted to customize it, and they wanted to use their feature uh, towards their all other user of the United States, especially California. So based on their internal data, they have a training management system. Using some of their feedback, they were it was my task was to create a report based on their custom feedback from their employees. So I have created that using the feature of WordPress. And in the video section, I have added some control based on their custom requirements. These were remarkable. And I have also worked in a network website. I mean
Multi-site.
multi-site, right?
Site.
So it was like file horse, where people used to download their softwares. So it was created by multi-site. These actually was, and also I have also worked in Laravel projects, React project, React Native projects, and Next.js project, and I have created about 5 to 10 Gutenberg blog uh, after the Gutenberg is introduced by WordPress.
All right.
Uh,
Well, that's
yeah.
yeah, a lot of good, varied experience. Sounds good. So it looks like you applied several months ago. Was there anything specific about joining Awesomemotive that interested you or appealed to you?
Yeah, of course. Actually, after Jumshaper, my mindset was changed. I have noticed that my mindset was product mindset. So, product has different approach than client service. So, and when I try to work in a client website or client service, I sometimes feel like some less quality product can be delivered to them, but in product, it is not. So in order to update, in order to make my code or my understanding learning in a greater way, it has to be a product. That is why. And also the cultural aspects and other benefit that I have researched of awesome motive interests me more than other companies. That's what I can say in a short.
Sounds good. But this is not going to be your first time working with a product, right? You already
Yeah.
work with a version. Yeah. Sounds good. Right. So, can you tell us more about working for GiddyOps and GoTheme? How was your experience working on the tutor plugin, and
Yeah.
what part did you work on?
The GiddyOps the Go theme was developed for GiddyOps company, and for the laundry care project was that project. So in that project, I have created some forms, step forms, to take lead data, and behind the scene, I had to send the submitted data to the API server, and payment processing that I have mentioned earlier. And I also have created about 10 plugins, 10 10 widgets, Elementor widgets, and I have created the total website and 10 Elementor widgets for them, where most widgets are for. And oh, there was one integration of Mapbox in order to search their available tenants in that area and sign up process. All this process behind the scene was maintained or distributed API, REST API call of a Python based backend API service. This was for GitOps. And for tutorial LMS, I have created like I said, I already have mentioned about tutorial LMS that I have created two good features for them. One is for translate to WPMU using the WPMU plugin, so that they can translate their posts, courses, to their expected language. And another one is the admin section of version 2 of tutorial LMS. These two was created by me. There was also a team effort. I have had two senior members in our team, and one. We were four developers in that team to support uh, support executive and three designers in our team. We have collaborated with the team, and at first it was not essential to um, um, collaborate, uh, maintain the team using the agile process. After the new CTO was introduced in our team, we have introduced with agile process and collaborative process, used Jira and other tools. That's it.
Sounds great. So, outside of normal work projects, are there any other projects you have worked on that you are particularly proud of? Ones that you haven't mentioned?
Some project I have worked on in designing them, their structure, their but did not complete yet. One of the plugin is called Servicer. It is like a service of our country XYZ, which is not available in the WordPress system. I, I'm structuring them so that this application can be used in WordPress environment, and the behind the scene the API REST API will be created so that if anyone want to create an application, hybrid application, they can use from that as well. So this plugin is actually for provide service, uh, provide service and sell their service, kind of B2B solution.
So you said it's so. What would be an example of a service that would use this
For
plugin?
for example, if a lawyer want to uh, if a lawyer want to sell their service using our help, they will list their services, like there are different types of service. Some are for criminal defense, some are for land, some are for lost items. So different types of service has different value evaluation. So they can so that they can using this system, one can create a business so that lawyer or any other doctor or uh, every service provider can provide their service using this application. So in
Okay.
one place they can manage their business, and who manage will be the business owner, and will
Okay.
be, yeah,
Does it use like custom post types?
yeah.
Does I guess you just have the structure design.
Not only custom post type, there are some different taxonomy will also be used in the behind the scene. There are different multi-level of taxonomy will also be used for that.
Okay.
The project is not done yet.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So I know you mentioned Jira as part of something that you've used in the past. Can you talk more about kinds of development processes you've used at one of your recent positions?
Yeah, I have used Jira for three of my projects. In my recent project, I am also work in a Jira environment to manage the projects.
Okay. And what so when it comes to like management, how do you work with your team? What does it look like?
In order to manage a team, uh, actually it needs more collaborative effort. Um, at first, I need to know more about the team members. I need to get detail about their values, their cultural aspects, and if any specific information that I need to know about the team members, that I need to know at first. Then whenever in development or in any process, we if we want to achieve something, we at first discuss with them and then get their opinion on them, and then we add our revision version, and if they agree, and it is not mandatory that everyone will agree, but um, we have to maintain a communication, and want to, if something happen, that we need to one-to-one communication also can be effective in a in that case. So team effort will be because in a team there are different types of role, and one is connected and related to another. So in agile process, every team member will understand that, and they will collaborate and help each other if they know them better.
So, did you follow like a specific agile framework like Kanban or Scrum?
Yeah, I have had some training of Scrum Alliance, so I have some knowledge about Scrum process. But in order to practice it, it was not very much extensively used in our software development culture in our country. So it was not very easy to use. Sometimes we had to force them to use, but the authority had no time to implement this process. But whenever the CTO came in Jim Shepherd, we have had some practice on them.
Okay.
All right. So as a developer at GiddyOps or any of your recent positions, how did you handle setting deadlines for projects? And what would you do if a project was taking longer than expected?
Actually, we have had their total process was agile process. We sit every day Scrum meeting at the beginning of our working day, and then we discuss, and we also sit for retrospective meeting. And when a sprint was planned in a meeting, we discuss about and added some story points. So by there are other people who are more expert than us. I mean me. They also was very helpful to cope up with their system. So this way we have managed. And about the deadline, I mostly have succeeded to meet their deadline, but I can tell in a project around 6 months, I exceeded 1 or 2 days. I can say that.
Okay. So it was rare that that the project took longer than you expected?
Yeah, it was not. It was not because every day we were aligned with the requirement, and we discussed about any difficulties happened, if any issue is there, if anything is related to any other team member, then we directly communicate to them. This way we solved our most of our problems, and this helps us to meet the deadline mostly. Some error happens, and error handling would took some time, and that is why it was exceeded someday.
So what did you think of the code challenge? How did you go about planning and writing the plugin?
Yeah. Planning a product is very much essential. It is very essential to get the domain knowledge of the process. I mean, the way the system is operated, the way the WordPress system will work, and client requirement is there. So whenever I design a product, I used to plan. Um, I used to, um, and nowadays I take help from ChatGPT, that I can clearly mention that some I have found this most effective way. But previously, we when we planned a product, we used to discuss our team, different types of developer, and we analyze the product's requirement at first. What types of technology tools we will be used in this product, and then we plan and we design the software, how we will achieve our goals, and then we distributed our requirements among front-end and back-end developers, and database design or API design, and then step by step, following agile process, we achieve our goal previously. But after ChatGPT, I have found a lots of help in uh, in different or any ChatGPT helps me to get something so that I don't miss any point. This was the remarkable thing that added after GPT. But previously something was missed by the team member, but after GPT it was very much polished.
Cool. So, what things are important to you in a role, and what are you looking for in a developer position?
What thing is, if I understand what you are asking is about, can I get the question again,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah, like what are you looking for in a developer position? What are you looking forward for, and what are things that are important to you
I see.
in your day-to-day job?
Actually, in product development or software development, there are lots of challenge which I love most. And in clients type of project, there is no that big deal, but rush only. But in a product development, there is challenge. There are always challenges to achieve something. So I love that challenge, and I, in my career, I have solved every problem I can say. So that is why it's kind of my nature that I solve problem and work in a product type of mindset, and that is why I think I will go with the product.
All right, thanks. If you think ahead 3 years from now,
Yeah.
what areas do you hope to be better in than you are now?
You mean if I want to improve myself in next 3 years? Okay.
Yes.
I have some limitations in cloud and some process of software development like CI/CD and automate automating the software and cross-platform uh, data distribution. For example, if I want to create an API application, then how optimized way I can use it for other and scale them properly. Like if there any Kubernetes needed or any other technologies needed, I want to know and want to learn, achieve that, and cloud computing as well.
Sounds good.
Especially focus will be on continuous integration and development and cloud computing and scaling, that I can say.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely running into more and more scaling types of situations here at Smash Balloon.
And
as we can.
this is the in my T-shirt. I have already
Yeah.
started to join the community programs.
Well, unfortunately, we use mostly Google, but sure, it's not
No
too
problem
different.
with that. I also have experience in deploying some projects in CI/CD using GitHub and Azure.
Okay. Good. Yeah, and on that
was
note,
a
what are your
Laravel
long?
project.
Oh,
That was a Laravel project. Okay.
nice. Yeah, and on that note, then, beyond what you want to improve on, what are your long-term career goals?
My long-term goals.
Yeah, for your career.
Oh, For my career, as I have earlier mentioned, that I am with some relatives and my wife is working on a product. So my ultimate target is to create some solution that will help industry to and AI is rising and data is more important than ever before. So I will also have a plan to use data and help WordPress or other users so that they can get a service. This is my long-term plan.
All right.
Cool. So, what are your anticipated working hours in Eastern Time?
I'm currently working. I have 3 kids. The elder one is 9, the second one is 5, and the younger is 1.5 years. So I had to spend so much time with them. So when they are awake, I cannot. So I already try to work my my task at night. In Bangladeshi time, it is about 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. As a Muslim, we say our prayer in the morning. So after morning prayer, we go to bed. I go to bed. I have a separate room to spend my time.
Okay.
Sounds like you will be working 12 p.m. to 6.
Yeah.
6 p.m.
No,
time
I
or
work actually
9.
8 p.m. to, in my time, 8 p.m. to 6 or 7 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So this will not overlap your time.
Cool. So, what do you like to do outside of work?
I mostly like to do is travel, visit different country, different area of our country, and I do some research on my on some topics that I like. Sometimes our community needs some discussion, and in that, as I mentioned, I like data. So whenever someone comment, I don't believe without researching them. So I research them, and then with the correct version of the data, I correct them or I used to talk to them. So research is one of my favorite thing, and another one is watch movie. And
Who doesn't like movies?
I love to spend my time with my kids.
Nice. So yeah, I know we've been asking lots of questions. So do you have any questions for us?
No, not actually. But as I don't know everything of the process, I would like to know the process, how you used to work, or how you want me to work with you if I am chosen.
Yeah. So the plan and yeah, how it works at awesomemotive is that we have what other people say is a very good onboarding process. So you will spend your first week or so getting to know awesomemotive as a whole and how it works, and then start digging into our products. So for this position specifically, we have a bit of a backlog of website projects that we need help on. So we first kind of introduce you to the website and the website code, have you add some things that we've been wanting to add. And then once those are complete, you would be moving on to more of the products. And would be joining, we have 2 teams. We have one that's working on our feed plugins and one that's working on other projects that aren't our feed plugins. So you'd be joining the feed plugins team, which is all of our social media feeds after completing some website projects. But you'd also be continuing to work on the website at times, but it would be kind of more of an even mix after the first few months. And then we've been recently implementing, Ahmed might be able to speak more of this as the development team lead, some Scrum processes that have been really helping us keep things on track and stay organized. As our team grows, it's become more and more necessary. So we have the feeds team, which is 3 developers and 1 QA at the moment. So we have a QA that helps with if we have an update or something, processing those. Otherwise we just tackle new features and bugs based on our overall plan. We follow something called the entrepreneurial operating system. I don't know if you've ever heard of this with Gino Whitman. Okay. We'll become familiar with it, if you join AM. Yeah.
I have had a fear of using tool before, but now I think anything is possible. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we have a ROC system that's based on the EOS, Entrepreneurial Operating System. So each quarter, you end up with 3 or 4 ROCs, which we call them, which are just the big projects that you're expected to complete in the quarter. And then that's kind of how you're evaluated at the end of the quarter, is whether or not the ROCs went well, and if you completed them on time and met our high expectations.
Good.
Anything I missed, Ahmed?
No, I think you covered it all. I think Hassan will be very familiar with our process if he joins. Because you mentioned, you already done Scrum and all the different meetings and processes.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
No, from my end, I'm good to go.
All right, well, thanks again so much for all you've done so far, the code challenges and meeting with us for the interview here. We should know by next week if we're going to move forward, and we'll reach out to you. If you have any questions or anything in the meantime, definitely reach out, just like you've been.
Yeah, I have your email. I will, of course, shoot you there.
All right. Well, great.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
It was a
good one.
Meeting with you.
Yeah. Likewise. All right. Bye. Have a good day.